Welcome to the thrilling world of the Englund Gambit, one of the most dangerous and unpredictable chess openings. In this video, we'll reveal the deadliest traps for both white and black, showing you how to outsmart your opponents right from the very first moves. Whether you're a beginner learning powerful tricks or a seasoned chess lover searching for new surprise weapons, this guide will sharpen your opening arsenal and help you win games in style. The battle begins as we push our pawn to d4, and black instantly strikes back with pawn to e5. We capture without fear, and already the trap is set in motion. Black's knight leaps forward, eyeing our stolen pawn. We calmly bring out our knight, but watch closely. Black's queen rushes into the game far too soon. We develop with quiet precision, knight to c3. Black, blinded by greed, captures recklessly. Our knights vanish in a flurry, and the enemy queen stands boldly in the center. But her confidence is misplaced. We advance our knight to d5, forcing her retreat. Black steps back to defend, queen to d6. Now the stage is set. We bring our bishop to f4, staring deep into black's heart. The queen is driven again, forced to c6, and then the thunder strikes. Our knight leaps to c7, a devastating fork. The king is trapped, the rook is cornered, and with one brilliant move, the Englund Gambit collapses into ruins. This is the power of preparation. This is the punishment for reckless play. The Englund Gambit, bold, sharp, and full of danger. But when greed takes over, the hunter becomes the hunted. We begin with pawn to d4, and black strikes instantly with pawn to e5. We capture, and the battle begins. Their knight jumps to c6. We bring out our knight, but suddenly their queen rushes forward with pressure. We counter with queen to d5, challenging boldly in the center. Black grows impatient, pushing pawns wildly. First h6, then g5, chasing ghosts instead of developing. We calmly retreat our knight to b5, and their queen stumbles back to d8. Now the trap tightens. We place our bishop on d2, while their knight emerges to e7. Unaware of the storm to come. We strike with queen to d6, black snaps with a pawn capture, and in that moment, the final blow lands. Our knight dives to d6. Checkmate. The king is suffocated. The pawns, the knights, the queen, all powerless to save him. This is the price of careless ambition in the Englund Gambit. One misstep, and the game is over. Now, let's check out how to use the Englund Gambit as a deadly weapon from the black side. When we play black, one mistake from white, and the game ends in fire. White begins with pawn to d4. We strike back instantly with pawn to e5. They capture, and already the trap awaits. Their knight steps forward, we answer with queen to e7, luring them into danger. They bring their bishop to f4, but we unleash queen to b4, a cutting check. White blocks with bishop to d2, and that is the fatal mistake. We capture the pawn on b2. They try to fight back with bishop to c3, but now our bishop moves to b4, tightening the noose. White scrambles with queen to d2, but we cut them down. Bishop takes bishop, queen takes bishop, and then the silence before the storm. Our queen glides to c1. Checkmate. The king stands alone, the army scattered. The Englund Gambit claims another victim. This is the power of the Englund Gambit, swift, ruthless, and unforgettable. The Englund Gambit, reckless in appearance, but deadly in execution. With black, one bold sacrifice leads to total destruction. White begins with pawn to d4. We strike back immediately with pawn to e5. They capture, and our knight leaps to c6. White develops their knight, but we answer with pawn to f6, fueling the fire. Their bishop comes to f4, but we strike back. Pawn captures pawn. Their knight lunges forward, and our queen slides to f6. The trap is forming. White grows greedy, snatching on c6, but we recapture with the pawn, opening deadly lines. Their bishop retreats to c1, and now our bishop emerges to g4, a dagger aimed at their heart. They push h3, but we retreat calmly to c5, waiting for the kill. White pushes f3, thinking they are safe, but our queen storms to h4 with relentless pressure. They lash out with pawn to g3. and we strike. Queen captures on g3, ripping open their defenses. The king staggers to d2, exposed and helpless. And then comes the final blow. We castle long. Our rooks connect, our pieces spring to life, and white's king is trapped in the open, doomed under the crushing power of the Englund Gambit. The Englund Gambit is a minefield where one false step seals your fate. As black, we set the snare and white walks straight into it. White begins with pawn to d4. We strike back, pawn to e5. They capture and we develop our knight to c6. Their knight appears, but we push pawn to d5. White captures again and our bishop recaptures, standing tall in the center. They bring their knight forward, we develop ours to f6. Their bishop goes to g5, but we counter with bishop to f5, holding the line strong. White's knight charges to d5, threatening, but we calmly slide our bishop to b4, checking the king. They capture our bishop, thinking they are safe, but now our knight recaptures on b4, and the pressure mounts. White's queen steps to d8, trading too soon. Our rook takes command in the center. Their bishop captures on f6, and then comes the thunderbolt. Our knight dives to c2, checkmate. The king is cornered. The army is powerless. The Englund Gambit delivers a brutal finish. This is not just a gambit, it is a weapon of destruction. Finally, let's discover a stunning trap where one careless move from white brings instant destruction. White begins with pawn to d4. We strike back, pawn to e5. They capture, but our knight leaps to c6, fueling the counterattack. Their knight comes forward, and we thrust pawn to d5. They capture again, and our bishop recaptures, commanding the center. White develops, but we match them piece for piece. Knight to f6, bishop to f5. Then their knight lunges to d5, looking dangerous. We check with bishop to b4. They grab our bishop, but our knight takes back on b4. White brings their knight to d4, and now the trap is sprung. Our queen slices into the battlefield with queen to d4. They take the queens believing the danger is gone, but it is too late. Our knight crashes down to c2. The king is trapped. The board is silent. The Englund Gambit strikes with ruthless precision. The Englund Gambit is sharp, daring, and full of hidden traps. The perfect weapon to shock your opponents. If you enjoyed learning these tricks, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our latest opening strategies and chess traps. Drop a super thanks or become a channel member to support the channel. Every move you make helps us bring you more high-impact chess content. Drop a comment with your favorite Englund Gambit trap, and let's keep improving together. Until next time, may your moves be sharp and your victories unstoppable.